Following the death of Edward the Confessor, England fell into a bitter power struggle. Harold Godwinson was quick to seize power, though the King of Norway, Harald Hardrada, felt the land his birthright. However, the late Edward had promised the throne to William, the Duke of Normandy, who, with the blessing of the Pope, readied his army for conquest.
Father, word from England. Hardrada lies dead, and his army defeated.
And what of Harold Godwinson?
His victory at Stamford Bridge has strengthened his hold on the throne. Even now, he musters his forces.
Perhaps it is time.
Then what shall I tell the troops is your command?
Tell them we sail for England and conquest.
William's fleet swept across the channel like a mighty tide, landing at Pevensey and amassing to confront Harold's approaching horde at Hastings. This titanic clash would be the decisive battle for the future of the English throne.
My son, remember this day, and remember this moment, for after this battle, these lands will be ours.
And rightfully so, Father. It is time. His men are ragged from the journey.
Very well. Rufus, prepare your men for battle.
Hastings, 1066. The Saxon King Harold takes up a strong defensive position on Caldbeck Hill. His men form the legendary Saxon Shield Wall, blocking the road to London and forcing a frontal attack from the Normans. William waits patiently with ranks of archers, infantry and cavalry, ready to launch a three-waved attack. He has archers to weaken the shield wall from afar. Spearmen to engage the enemy in close combat. And cavalry to drive through the enemy and run down deserters. William gives his order for the first wave.
Missiles! Attack!
His archers raise their bows and fire into the shield wall. The battle for the English throne begins.
Units, move out!
William's favored son, Rufus, moves into position to guard the rear of the Norman army and awaits his father's call to battle.
Well met, Commander. I am Sir Robert, your military advisor. I will watch your actions on the battlefield and guide you to glory. Follow my instructions, and we will crush these Saxon dogs. Your father, Duke William, wishes your troops to guard the rear of his army and wait for his call to battle. Keep a watchful eye for any Saxons that hope to ambush our army. This is Rufus, your general on the battlefield. He is accompanied by an entourage of the finest Norman knights. Left-click on his unit to select them now. Your general is your most important unit. He commands your armies on the battlefield, giving them strength and courage to fight. When he is lost, your battle is lost. Remember, you must keep Rufus alive to conquer the Saxons. You can move your armies around by right-clicking where you want them to go. Right-click on the highlighted area to move Rufus there.
General!
You will notice that your general has moved, but your view has not. Use the number pad on the keyboard to move your view of the battlefield. 5 and 2 will move it forward and back, 4 and 6 will move it sideways, and 1 and 3 will rotate your view. Move your view now so that Rufus is centered. You can zoom in and out and tilt your view by using the mouse wheel. You can also move your view by pushing the mouse to the edge of the screen. The panel at the bottom of the screen shows a map of the battlefield, an indicator of your progress in the battle, controls for the pace of the battle, your general and troops, as well as options and commands for your selected forces. You can also select your units by left-clicking on their character cards in the panel at the bottom of the screen. Double left-clicking on a unit card. To get your unit somewhere quickly, double right-click on a location. Order your cavalry to run by double right-clicking on the highlighted area.
Move! Move! Onward! Move! Move!
You can change your unit speed of movement by pressing the Unit Speed toggle button on the bottom right panel. Try this now to order your cavalry to slow down. Sometimes it is necessary to run on the battlefield. However, making your troops run too often will tire them out quickly. Order your troops to march long distances and only run when you are near your enemy. You can press the Stop Current Orders button on the bottom right panel to remove all current orders from your selected units. Press the Stop Current Orders button now to stop your cavalry.
Your command.
You can easily select all your units on the battlefield by pressing Ctrl-A. Now that all your units are selected and awaiting your orders, you can order your units to move into formation by holding down the right mouse button and dragging out a line on the terrain where you want them to move.
Units, double time! Units, march!
Each of your units proudly bears the Norman banner. You can easily recognize your men on the battlefield by this banner. Different types of units have differently shaped banners. You can also select a unit by clicking on their banner. You can easily deselect your selected units by pressing Enter. Try this now. Some Saxon reinforcements have arrived. You must stop them from crossing the river and flanking the Norman army. Use your archers first, so you can weaken the Saxon infantry as they approach. Select your archers now. Move your mouse cursor over the approaching Saxons and right-click. When your archers are firing on the enemy, a bow and arrow icon appears on the top left of their unit card. When you order your archers to fire, they will move into range and then attack. Your armored sergeants are your best melee fighters. Select these spearmen now and attack the Saxons. To attack, mouse over the Saxons and right-click when your cursor changes to a sword.
Archers! Attack! Spearmen!
If your archers fire on a unit that is in melee with your own unit, your unit will take friendly fire from your archers. Select your archers and press the Halt button to stop them firing. You can zoom in on the action by using the mouse wheel. Try zooming in on your infantry now to see your men in the heat of battle. While your units are engaging the enemy, move your mouse cursor over your units or the enemy units for feedback on their status. You can find out who is winning and how each unit is faring.
Spearmen!
Now select your cavalry and double right-click on the enemy to run them down. Using your cavalry to stampede archers and infantry is a useful tactic.
Nice! Men, assemble the men!
William has called for you to join the main battle. The end of the battle is at hand, and the next few moments will determine the fate of England. First, you need to move your army into the main battle. Press Ctrl-A to select all your units, or hold down Ctrl and click each unit card. Then right-click on the far side of the crossing to move your units there.
Units double time! Units double time!
When you have ordered your troops to move a long distance, you can increase the game speed to get them into position faster. Set the battle to the highest speed now by clicking the faster button twice. When your troops are nearing their destination, press the slower button twice to return the battle to normal speed. Otherwise, you might miss important events in the battle. William has given the order for your troops to fall into line with the rest of the Norman army. First, order your archers into the front row.
Forward!
Now order your spearmen to move into the second row.
Forward!
Then move your cavalry into the third row. Now order your general to fall in behind your troops. The battle is now paused. You can pause the battle at any time and issue orders to your troops. When you resume the battle, they will carry out your orders. Press the play button when you are ready to resume the battle. Now is a good time to use the speed controls to move your troops into position faster. Set the battle to the highest speed now and back to normal speed when they're almost in position. Some of William's army have broken away and are fleeing. Units rout on the battlefield when their morale becomes very low. Morale decreases when units become tired, when their chance of success is low, or if the general dies. The Saxon peasants have broken rank and are charging at us. They have seen our fleeing men and have made themselves vulnerable. Now is the time to attack. William has ordered all archers to fire at the approaching peasants. Select your archers and fire at the nearest peasants. Your fine Norman archers will make short work of these peasants. Use your archers to fire on enemies as they approach, but remember, not to engage them in melee. Without the peasants, the Saxon shield wall is broken and their position is weak. Order your archers to fire into the Saxon infantry now.
Charge! Charge!
King Harold has been caught by an arrow. The Saxon king is slain. His men have lost hope and they are fleeing.
The battle seems to be swinging in our favor.
Use your cavalry to chase down the routing troops. Your cavalry are fast and will catch the infantry easily. The fewer men you leave alive, the fewer you will have to deal with later.
General, right units, double time! Units, double time!
The small map on the bottom left of the screen shows the location of all the units in the battle. You can use this map to easily locate your men and the enemy. Your units are green, allied units are blue, and enemy units are red. You can double left-click a location on the map to move your view there immediately. Harold's most brave and loyal troops, his Huscarls, are still standing to fight. Help William finish them off and be done with this bloody day.
Charge! Spearmen! Attack! General! Units, double time!
Only half the enemy force remains.
Units, sally forth! Knights!
The enemy general flees like the coward he is. Press onward and break the spirit of his army. The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours. Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him well and make it
The enemy are utterly vanquished.
This is a great victory worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
Bravo, my lord. You have slain King Harold and sent these Saxons running for their worthless lives. You can review your men's performance in the battle here before moving on with your campaign to seize England.
Greetings, sire. I am Lady Gwendolen. I will guide you on expanding and managing your empire. Your Normans achieved a mighty victory at Hastings. Now you must lead William the Conqueror to claim the English throne. Follow my instructions and we will lead the Normans to glory. To continue, left-click on my portrait. You are now viewing England on the campaign. You can move your view of the campaign. Greetings, sire. I am Lady Gwendolen. I will guide you on expanding and managing your empire. Your Normans achieved a mighty... You are now viewing England on the campaign map. Here you will build cities, raise armies, and move them to attack your enemies. Parts of the map you have not yet explored are shrouded in darkness. As you move your armies further afield, more of the map will be revealed to you. You can move your view of the campaign map with the keypad and zoom in and out by using the mouse wheel. Try this now. You will notice that you cannot move past England. You are restricted to England for now, but once your Norman forces have taken control, you will be ready to wage total war on the rest of Europe and beyond. The campaign progresses in turns. Each turn, there is a limit to the distance your characters can move and the troops you can recruit. Your agents can only carry out one mission per turn, and each of your buildings takes a certain number of turns to construct. Rufus is one of your generals and son of William the Conqueror. If William's campaign to seize the English throne is successful, Rufus will one day be the King of England. Left-click on Rufus now to select him. The highlighted area around your army shows where they can move this turn. You can move your army by right-clicking anywhere in this area. Right-click on the highlighted position to move Rufus there.
honor, sire.
The panel at the bottom of the screen gives you information about your armies and settlements. The panel on the right has buttons for construction, recruitment, ending your turn, and viewing information on your faction and progress. The character cards in the bottom panel of the screen show the units that make up your army. The card on the left belongs to your general. The other cards belong to the units in your army. You can right-click on any card to find out more information about that unit. Right-click on Rufus's character card now for detailed information about him. This scroll shows you the details of your general. You can view the details of any character in the same way. A character's attributes impact on how well they will do their job. Close the scroll when you're ready by left-clicking the Close button on the bottom right. A rebel army has appeared near Caen. Caen is undefended, and you will need to reinforce it quickly, or you will lose it. William the Conqueror's next goal is to take over England. Before you do this, you will need to move Rufus back to Normandy to fortify Caen. Select Rufus and right-click on the nearby fleet to board it.
Hail, my king! I'm afraid not, my liege. 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 Hail, my king!
France stands proud and powerful. Notions of courtly love have ushered in an era of nobility and chivalry. The legacy of Charlemagne still resonates with noble and commoner alike. Europe is a continent divided by mistrust and centuries of violence. As crusades carve a bloody swathe in the distant east, the ideals of chivalry and honor are tested time and again. fields of war, much is sacrificed. Countless lives are lost to battle and honor, so that a kingdom can prosper.
Bonjour, my liege. Welcome to the proud kingdom of France. To strengthen the kingdom of France, you should first unite France by capturing the nearby rebel settlements. You will then need to contend with England to the north, the Holy Roman Empire to the east, and Spain to the south. The nearby rebel town of Dijon will make an ideal first target. To strengthen the Kingdom of France, you should first unite France by capturing the nearby rebel settlements. You will then need to contend with England to the north, the Holy Roman Empire to the east, and Spain to the south. The nearby rebel town of Dijon will make an ideal first target. You have selected a target outside the green highlighted area. This means your character cannot reach his target this turn. Provided that an enemy does not block his path, your character will continue on his journey next turn.
Move now!
We camp here. Orders? As you wish. Joining forces, Seigneur. Mon roi.
In God's name.
This scroll shows you the details of a character in your faction. You can view their name, role, skills, retinue, and personality traits. Use their skill level to decide how capable they are of completing certain missions. Send your characters on missions to improve their skills.
Where shall we strike?
Princesses can engage in diplomacy with foreign emissaries. Right-click on a character, army or settlement belonging to another faction to enter negotiations. To spy on other factions, right-click on an army, character or settlement belonging to that faction. Use your spies to uncover secret information about characters and settlements belonging to rival factions. The higher a spy's subterfuge, the more information he will be able to uncover.
Oui. Our men will camp here, Seigneur.
All right.
As you wish. Combining your forces, my lord. Finished for the day. Orders?
This scroll allows you to compare your faction with other competing factions on the map. Use the arrows and faction buttons under the graph to compare each faction's success in different areas.
Oui, Seigneur. Seigneur.
Count your blessings, not your enemies, noble one.
This scroll shows you the details of a general in your faction. You can also recruit mercenaries that are available for hire in this region.
With honor. We can go no further today, mon roi.
We bring word for you.
The king will be thrilled to hear this. Well, that seemed fruitful. Farewell.
There is no
Left-click on the boxes that slide down the left of the screen to view important messages. Right-click to dismiss them. Messages include financial reports, family announcements, missions, and declarations of war. This scroll details your performance throughout the turn, including military actions, finances, and your empire's progress. You can review this and more information at any time on the Overview panel. Click Show Me How to see how to access the Overview panel. This scroll enables you to view the state of diplomatic relations between each faction at a glance. Use this scroll to aid you in making and breaking alliances during your campaign.
An order? They will regret crossing France, mon roi. They have nowhere to run now. Sieging. Let us stop waiting and take the walls, we?
God's servant. Très bien. Traveling with the Lord. Arrest.
Oui, Seigneur. Oui. Our men will camp here, Seigneur. Seigneur. To battle it is, then, Seigneur. Oui. Beginning the siege at once. The siege goes as planned, mon roi.
Softly, Seigneur. Can't scout there, Seigneur. Scouting the area.
Your Majesty? Très bien. On behalf of France. Stopping here.
I can greet you, but not serve you, Lord.
Ready and able. Oui. There is no glory in setting an ambush. There is no glory in setting an ambush. Oui, Seigneur. Closing to engage. For the honor of France, we will attack. Setting camp here, Seigneur. Ready and able. Oui. Oui, Seigneur. Orders and order.
Adoption enables you to bring new blood into your ruling family. A man with respectable command, piety, chivalry, or dread will make a useful addition to your faction.
Très bien.
Oui, Seigneur. To battle for mon roi, Seigneur. To battle it is, then, Seigneur. Prepare for battle. Montjoie Saint-Denis!
I brought you here to fight. I brought you here because you're noble-hearted Frenchmen and give any enemy pause. But I promise nothing, save a hard struggle. Would you have me tell you anything else? I will not lie. Not for any reasons of strategy or state. These rebellious knaves and villains are not fit to breathe the same air as we honest Frenchmen. They must all die before dawn comes again. This is a mercy, because they richly deserve the gallows for turning against their betters. And so to the last, I say this to the enemy general. God spare I've dropped my last bottle! Booger, as the English say! Someone's going to pay for this! To battle!
Your siege equipment is automatically attached to one of your infantry units. Units with siege equipment are marked with an icon representing the siege equipment they are manning on their unit card. If you wish to have troops drop the siege equipment, click on the Drop Siege Equipment icon. To have another unit pick up a piece of spare equipment, select the unit and right-click on the equipment when the cursor changes to a hand. Left-click on Show Me How for details of your objectives, as well as the use of battering rams, ladders, and towers. You have pressed the Special Unit Abilities button for the first time. This activates any special formations or abilities of the selected unit. As you select different units, you will see the button change. If the selected unit does not have a special ability, the button will become a red circle with a line through it. You have pressed the Loose Formation button for the first time. You'll notice the troops you have selected spread out into a more relaxed formation. Use this formation to reduce casualties from missile fire. This button swaps the units between loose and normal formations. You have pressed the Group Formation button for the first time. This brings up a set of standard formations for groups of units that can save you time and effort. Move your mouse over each formation button to see what it does.
Formation, stand down!
possible to set arrows alight to rain fire and death down upon the enemy. Flaming arrows have reduced accuracy, but are more devastating when they land and have a greater effect on morale. Let's click the Show Me How button to see how to do it.
The battering ram is in place. It will not be long before our enemy's defenses fall. The battering ram has done its work. Now it is time for brave hearts and brave deeds.
You have pressed the Cancel Order button for the first time. This cancels orders for the selected units and makes them stop where they are. You could just give them a new order, but using this button is quicker if you need them to stop immediately.
The battering ram is in place. It will not be long before our enemy's defenses fall. Our men have done well. The gates have fallen. The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours. Grâce à Dieu, we have captured the enemy's wall.
Are the best troops for defeating cavalry. Left-click the Show Me How button to zoom to your unit.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Attacking engaged cavalry with spearmen in the flank or rear is an excellent way to defeat them. Left-click the Show Me How button to zoom to your unit.
The enemy is badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
You have pressed the Guard Mode button for the first time. This toggles Guard Mode on and off for the selected troops. In Guard Mode, The unit will fight defensively, try to maintain their formation when attacked, and won't chase the enemy if they run away.
Grâce à Dieu, our men have slain the enemy general. Now his men will lose heart.
Press the skirmish mode button for the first time. This button toggles skirmish mode on and off for the selected troops. When in skirmish mode, troops will avoid getting into hand-to-hand combat by keeping their distance from enemy troops. Missile troops, like archers, are always in skirmish mode. You will need to turn the skirmish mode off if you want them to stand and fight.
Curses! Our men no longer command the city. All of Christendom will be...
You'll press the Fire at Will button for the first time. This toggles Fire at Will on and off for the selected troops. Toggle Fire at Will off if you wish to preserve ammunition.
Death by my hand was always their fate. We have crushed the defending forces. It is ours! Oui, Seigneur. Ready and able. Oui, Seigneur. Closing to engage. Oui, Seigneur. Besieging France's enemies. Give the order and we will strike, Seigneur.
Ready to trade. Sending this resource back to France, Seigneur. Ready to trade.
Oui, mon roi. Tomorrow's journey planned out, Seigneur.
For France. Oui.
God's servant.
Master. Oui, I shall move in unseen.
Can you not tell friend from foe?
Seigneur, we march on our victims, Seigneur. An order? They will regret crossing France, mon roi. Once we close, slaughter them all! Arspiegels, puke stains, cut-pitch fondlers, wholesome mollies and male harlots, bomb sniffers, lusting nun-hounds and winkle suckers. Have I missed out anything concerning these our foes? Our foes are rebels and traitors, and deserve nothing but the edge of the blade upon their stinking necks. And the sword is a merciful end to them, for they should face the gallows. And lastly, as a man of learning and culture, a man whose skill with pen and lute is unmatched in all of France, whose poetry has charmed princesses of the blood, whose wit has confounded learned doctors of the church. I want you to kill those ill-favored sots yonder!
Your siege equipment is automatically attached to one of your infantry units. Units with siege equipment are marked with an icon representing the siege equipment they are manning on their unit card. If you wish to have troops drop the siege equipment, click on the Drop Siege Equipment icon. To have another unit pick up a piece of spare equipment, select the unit and right.
Tower! Siege tower!
battering ram is in place. It will not be long before our enemy's defenses fall. Our siege towers have been destroyed. Now we must fight harder to get to our foe. The battering ram has done its work. Now it is time for brave hearts and brave deeds. Our soldiers have proved their worth today. The enemy's walls belong to us now. Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy. The enemy general flees like the coward he is. Press onward and break the spirit of his army.
Spearmen from the front is a good way to lose your cavalry units. Attack from the flank or rear, or better still, use some infantry. Left-click the Show Me How button to zoom to your unit.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Spearmen are about to attack your cavalry, who are already in a fight. Get your horsemen out of there. Spearmen are the most effective force against cavalry. Left-click the Show Me How button to zoom to your unit.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy. Très bien. The enemy general lies dead. We have sent the cur to hell. Only half the enemy force remains. Our men no longer command the castle. All of Christendom will be awed. Victoire! What was the enemy's is now yours, mon roi. Ready and able. Glory to mon roi. We attack! to the King of France. Attack!
It is an honor to be thought a well-educated Frenchman. But I tell you that in all the books I've ever studied, I have never seen an account of something as lowly and disgusting as our foes. Even bookworms and dusty beetles have more pride than they. These rebellious knaves and villains are not fit to breathe the same air as we honest Frenchmen. They must all die before dawn comes again. This is a mercy, because they richly deserve the gallows for turning against their betters. And think on this. I am a well-read man. I have wrangled, conjugated, ciphered, accounted, studied, and yet, there is still simple enjoyment to be had from slaughtering the enemies of France.
Your siege equipment is automatically attached to one of your infantry units. Units with siege equipment are marked with an icon representing the siege equipment they are manning on their unit card. If you wish to have troops drop the siege equipment, click on the Drop Siege Equipment icon. To have another unit pick up a piece of spare equipment, select the unit and right-click on the equipment when the cursor changes to a hand. Left-click on Show Me How for details of your objectives, as well as the use of battering rams, ladders, and towers.
Infantry! General's bodyguard. Infantry! Missiles! Assemble the troops! Units, single line! Units, formation loose! Cavalry! Units! Formation loose! Formation tight! Assemble the troops! Units! Double line! Spearmen! Assemble the troops! Units! Single line!
Our men have reached the gates with the battering ram. Have done well! The gates have fallen! The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours. Grâce à Dieu, we have captured the enemy's walls.
Enemy cavalry are readying an attack on the flanks of these already engaged spearmen. Either pull them back or commit other troops in support. Left-click the Show Me How button to zoom to your unit.
Grâce à Dieu, our men have slain the enemy general. Now his men will lose heart. Forward! The enemy is badly blooded. They have lost half their men. Seigneur! Our men are in command of the city.
All of Christendom will be awed by our victory here today.
We are triumphant. Glory to France. Victoire most noble, mon roi. We have triumphed.
Ready to trade.
You can move your diplomat by right-clicking on any part of the highlighted area. Right-click on a character, army, or settlement belonging to a rival faction to start the diplomatic process.
To battle for mon roi, for France. Our men will camp by your will, Seigneur. Today's march ends, mon roi.
Oui, Seigneur. Ready to trade. D'accord. En route. Trading new resource, Seigneur.
Softly, Seigneur. master.
Would you wish to establish new trade links? Perhaps I have something you wish.
On my way. Discreetly, Seigneur.
Ready to trade.
Ready and able. Seigneur, mon roi. Mon roi. Seigneur. We can go no further today, mon roi. Orders. Seigneur. Orders. Mon roi.
Traveling with the Lord.
Mon roi. Our men are exhausted, Seigneur.
Something interesting to bring to the table, perhaps.
Orders, Seigneur. ready and able.
Greetings. Our people have something to discuss. Magnificent! You have made us very happy this day. It would seem you are very reasonable. Farewell.
Orders?